Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi şrah li sadri ve yessir li emri vahlul ukdeten min lisani yefkahu kavli ve cealli veziran min ehli Harun ahi üştud bihi ezri ve eşrikhu fi emri key nusebbihake kethira ve nezkurake kethira inneke kunte bina basira ve sallallahu ala Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve ashabihi ve etba'ihi ve sellem velhamdülillahi rabbil alemin. Inshallah, we arrived at a very important section that we have been studying from the section of Araf. This part is very important because we have many points to share in our life now. So let's jump into the subject without really any further delay. قالوا يا موسى إما أن تلقي وإما أن تكون نحن الملقين. أن نكون نحن الملقين. They said, Moses, will you throw first or are we the first to throw? When you look at the story of Moses, who is going to throw first or second? Why do we think God bothers to tell me this, whoever throws first or not? Oh no, it's very important. It is not that simple. If Qur'an mentions a part of the story of the prophetic message or prophetic stories, it must be related to me right now. Otherwise, Qur'an doesn't give details which are not related to our practical life here, or practical means not only physically practical, but spiritually practical as well. So if we are in a debate, an undesired debate, we were forced into the position that we have to debate. So if they say, okay, shall I go first or would you like to speak first? Don't jump. Quran says, don't jump. Wait. Don't be afraid. You are on the right. Feel calm and confident. So give them the chance to speak. Don't hurry. Present their ideas. So they are asking this, whether they would throw first or they are going to throw. Of course, we know some of them will throw their robes, and Prophet Moses is going to throw his staff, which generally, in many cases, as far as we are concerned, represents his message. Maybe the gist of his message, the hard core of his message. So Moses said, قال ألقوا فلما ألقوا, Moses said, go ahead, and they throw. فلما ألقوا سحروها أعين الناس. It's very interesting. Moses said, you go ahead and throw. So we know that we have to give the priority to them. Most probably they will just say false or claim false truth. I mean, not truth, really. False claims. Definitely they will do that. If they oppose the prophetic message, they will go on the wrong side. We have to have this confidence and see what they are going to do. What they can only do, as the translation says, Moses said, you go ahead and throw. Whatever you want to present us, however you explain everything, the reality of existence, the reality of human being, the source of the reason of happiness in the life, in human life, or the means of happiness in human life. What is the reality of everything? You tell us, and of course we are not going to argue and have a debate about which color is the best color. Well, that is nonsense. But of course we have to be really serious about the truthfulness of how we can explain the reality of this world, what is going on in this world. So they throw their ideas, put forward their ideologies, and deceived, bewitched the eyes of the people. Look, only the eyes. We have to be not أبصارهم وأعين الناس وسحروا أبصار الناس بصيرة الناس. No, أعين الناس. It appeared to be for the material appearance of the things that are reflected in our eyes. When we look at the world, what we see? Only the physical appearance of the things, the material side of the things. But I sees the material side of it, but inside, human insight, human feelings, human reasoning, human consciousness sees the meaning in it and reads it and tries to understand it. So don't worry, it is just the surface of the things, appears to be. For example, when we look at human life, here I am as I am in the form of a body, and this body will die, I will disappear. That's what I see. I don't see which kind of virtues I have, which kind of meanings I have, which kind of feelings I have in my being. You don't see it, but you by reasoning, through using your insight, your intellect, your consciousness, then you understand that, oh, this being, this creature is full of feelings. Body is nothing. I cannot reduce this man or this person to body only. It is a human being. Now, they only speak from the appearance, material side of the things, how they see in the laboratories and explain, when I did this, the result came in this way. That's it. It happened by itself. That's what they can see. Westerhabuhum, that is also another interesting concept. Terrified them. They were frightened. Parent, the rope, became snakes, moving. Oh, rope itself is moving. How wonderful. Look at this. It became a living life, a living snake. Looked like it in the eye. So the materialist ideologies or interpretations of existence shows that the matter itself is moving like a snake. developing itself, evolving by itself, although it is a rope, but you see, it appears to be exactly, as if Qur'an is speaking to this age from 1400 years ago, using the, if you like, telescope of wisdom of God. That will be exactly what is going on in your life. It is amazing to understand it in this way. These are the pearls of the Quran, but we should really not reduce these stories. Just something happened in the past. No. The Quran, Allah's universal speech, absolute knowledge, encompasses our time and our situation as well. In every age can really benefit from it, directly related to their problems. وَجَاءُوا بِسِحْرٍ عَظِيمٍ. So they came, they made a great display of magic. That is magic. So people are terrified. People are afraid of natural disasters. Exactly. You don't know. Nature sometimes gets crazy by itself. We don't know. If we are lucky, we will be saved. If we are not, that's it. We are destroyed completely. So it's a great display of magic, you know. Of course, all of you know it. Nature encompasses whole universe. How can you get, it's a great magic. So developing the atom, the first atom, or anything, and the first things appear in the existence, full of energy, and still expanding, and no one gets it. So great. But the same story from the time of Moses at least until now, in different, getting into different versions, same story. May Allah protect us from there. Okay. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى. And then God says, we inspired Moses. Because Moses, a creature, a being, a human being, never trusts himself, always waits for guidance from his creator. So he acts under the guidance of the creator. So we have to do the same thing, act under the guidance of our creator. Of course, this guidance, if we are aware of it, we can see as the universe is created in such a way and gives us or shows us the path, how to deal with it. But we have to be very aware, very conscious that the way the universe is created is the will of the creator in order to guide me how to deal with my worldly affairs. While I am doing this, if I keep my consciousness awake, I am obeying God's will. I am submitting my will to God's will. That is a beautiful way of understanding worship of God as far as my dealings with the worldly affairs are concerned. But apart from this, we have to have other aspects of the worship, which include this prescribed prayers and fasting, all other prohibitions and arrangement of worldly life. Not many, but somehow we have to take care of them. But this is different from being always conscious of our Creator. So we inspired Moses, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى أَنْ أَلْقِ عَصَاكَ فَإِذَا هِيَ تَلْقَفُ مَا يَأْفِكُونَ. And God said, okay, Moses, don't be afraid. Put forward your understanding of creation as I taught you. So throw down your staff. Okay, this is your turn. Do your turn. So we understand now. First says, okay, you go ahead, but they can only terrify the eyes of the people. Now Moses is going to present his idea or his message as he received from God, and he will present the message as far as the inside, spiritual side, soul side of feelings, side of human beings to be satisfied. Not the material thing, but what is inscribed in it as a message from its creator, so that we learn from the prophetic messages how to decipher, how to understand in the meaning, how to discover the meaning in the parent creation. So Moses' opponents only speak from the surface, which appears to the eye. Moses himself he will speak, and he speaks from the real side of it. It means the real meaning in what appears to be just matter. It means the meaningful side of the creation. So it swallowed up their lying inventions. Lying inventions means really how do you say, tell a lie about somebody and insult him. What is the best word for it? If means slander, actually. Slandering inventions about the reality of creation. It means it has some sort of insult to the creator's qualities, therefore the creator of the universe. The qualities manifested in it, denied and insulted that you don't accept, go ahead. We see this progress in the very, very core message of God in the Qur'an, summarized in the phrase, La ilaha illallah. We see that La ilaha comes first, illallah is the satisfactory side. It means whatever appears in our eyes, matter, as the materialists say, the things themselves are doing this. These are the natural things happening by themselves. La ilaha, they don't satisfy me. Why? The matter itself, just if, let's assume that there is no creator, itself satisfies my body, not my human side. And human side needs permanent satisfaction. And there is no permanent satisfaction in matter, Matter only satisfies my body until my body dies away. They cannot really stop death. They means the matter cannot stop death. The very nature of our cells are created or really organized in such a way that they are subject to death. They prepare their own death. It means what we see in the creation, in its very nature, they cannot sustain their existence and cannot really keep their existence to go ahead. No, they it seems to be developing, but at the same time, from within themselves, the quality is so much delicately arranged by the Creator that no one can really rely his cell, because it is created to die. It is given the quality in its existence that it gets itself older and subject to death. Itself, its own nature. This is the really significant wisdom of the Creator, that you cannot trust anything. Anything you use gets old. You cannot stop it. So if you go and leave it, don't use the machine, leave it there, come 1 million years later, you will feel just ruin. Nothing to do with the machine. Why? It destroyed itself. That is how the things are created as a result of grace of our Creator, that we cannot rely the things themselves because they cannot sustain their own existence at all. So that is, La ilaha is ingrained in the nature of the universe. Illallah can only be understood when we see the manifested qualities in the creation and say that, look, God is the one who gives existence. The Creator is the one who really gives life, and Creator is the one who gives death. Everything is in his hand. He really grasps everything with under his power. That's what the Qur'an says. وَمَا مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِلَّا, what was the word? Something fi qabzati bin nasiyat. About the words come to my mind, but the complete sentence I don't remember. I mean, that is a rough translation of this verse, what I said. So first, La ilaha appears to human beings, and it is awesome universe, and it is it has no really reign that somebody is controlling it. It is naturally developing, seems to be. And then when we really carefully look at it from our feeling side, intellectual side, we understand that it cannot happen by itself like this. It is a wonderful creation, and in its creation, it is witnessing, it is declaring the qualities, infinite qualities of their Creator. Of course, we have been talking about them always in this class, in these discussions. So we understand what is going on here, and especially the Quranic expression of La ilaha illallah, which is the backbone of the Quran, is everywhere in the Quran. In this apparently a simple story, the magicians came. Who was going to throw first, or you? Okay, Moses said you. So what? What does it mean? And then they really deceived people's eyes, and then by turning their ropes into snakes, they terrified the people, and that was a apparently materially great display of magic, cheating the eyes of the people. And Moses threw his staff and swallowed all of them. It means meaningless. It doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't satisfy me at all. It is transient. My spirit, my human side looks for permanent existence, permanent satisfaction. What do you mean by it? They are transient. They themselves cannot sustain their existence. Nonsense. So that is what we are learning from this, related to our age now. Okay. Now, فوقع الحق وبطل ما كانوا يعمل. The truth was confirmed. The truth became really apparent, and what they had produced came to nothing. It means just without any evidence. This is very interesting. Using certain technology, cheating people, it means certain technical language, and cheating people with the success of technology. This is the point that we should never, ever ignore. Okay, Ziba. إني توكلت على الله ربي وربكم ما من دابة إلا هو ما من دابة إلا هو آخذ بناصيتها. That's what I was looking for. إن ربي على صراط مستقيم. Thank you very much. Code 57, if anyone was interested. That is what is very important. ما من دابة إلا هو آخذ بناصيتها. Of course, we should understand, Ziba and other friends, you can put the translation of it. It is very interesting. Let's see the translation. Whatever the translation you choose. Can you do that, or shall I spend some time and then do it? Can you share it so everybody can see it in the chat box? Yes or no? The translation. Okay. Are you trying or not? Otherwise, I will do it. Okay, indeed. I have relied upon Allah, my Lord and your Lord. There is no creature, excellent, the translation, but that he holds it is forelock. It means complete under control. Indeed, my Lord is on a path. That's right. So creature, dabbe, I don't know whose translation is it, if you don't mind. Which is very good. It is much better than normally we hear in the translation books. Can you write or speak, please? Time is very precious. We have a lot to talk. Very essential matters. Thank you. Whose translation? Just write it down. I lost my patience. That is. Are you doing that or not? I think everybody read it. Huh? There is no creature but that he holds its forelock. Okay. Maybe it is not convenient for Ziba to talk or says anything. All right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sorry?
Assalamu alaikum. Indeed, my Lord is on a path that is straight. I think it should be verily straight is my sustainer's way. That's the translation I have.
No, this translation is interesting.
Asad translates it, Muhammad Asad translates it as verily straight is my sustainer''s way. It's not my Lord is on a path, but the path that he gives me is straight.
Excuse me, we are interested in there is no creature but that he holds it is forelock.
Okay.
Asad translates it. How does Asad translate it? I wonder who's, because it's a wonderful translation, understanding the bad creature. People usually say animal or moving animals, this kind of things, because it moves, the whole universe moves, but they don't see it. Some people do, some people don't. So any Assad's translation, read it. We are wasting, I'm very mean about time.
Yeah, Asad also uses creature.
Can you read it?
Yes, I can read it.
Yeah, just this part. There is no.
Behold, I have placed my trust in God, who's my sustainer as well as your sustainer. For there is no living creature which he does not hold by its forelock.
Well, this translation is much better. This one, I mean, the one Rizabaro is better. Make it general creatures, not necessarily living creatures. Everything is a living creature. So when you say living creatures, it is understood animals by general public. Not many people understand living creatures means everything is a living creature. Speaking loudly, making, glorifying their God. It's a beautiful universe. And anyways, so what is the magic nowadays? Technology works. Maybe on a different setting, I might have talked about it because it is very important, but it is always missing from the minds of the people, innocent people. Technology works. They say, look, technology works. Technology is the product of science, and science only allows people to speak that everything is natural and evolving by itself. The others have no voice in science. They cannot speak. They are not allowed. It is prohibited by some invisible powers. You cannot solve this problem at all. Oh, not the time. Thank you, Ziba. I found. All right. Okay, let's share it. Whose translation is it? Oh, Sci International. Oh, excellent, excellent. Right. Okay. Thank you. What's that? All right, go back to our page. What is that? What is that? I confused. How can I go back? Escape? No.
Go to the second tab of your browser section in Arab, Google Slides.
No.
On the browser tab. Up.
No, I'm not clear. What should I do?
You see the browser tab where you have inbox, Gmail, and then next to it is section R. Yes, this one.
That's it. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was so easy, but my ignorance. Okay. So when technology works, people put their trust in them because What they are doing is working. And under the disguise, magical disguise of technology, as it is working, my interpretation also works. Why? Does it necessitate it? Technology works because technology can only be produced by the wisely designed order of the universe. Technology doesn't work by itself. The order of the universe works because it is wisely designed by its creator. Technology cannot, I was going to say the order cannot be produced by matter itself. Matter is enslaved by the order, so matter is crazy, producing something, order, which enslaves it. Why? What is the reason? How can it do it? It is, many-folded, many layers of contradiction. We have to use our reason. Technology works because the order of the universe works. Why? Because technology is obtained from the order of the universe. So the order of the universe enslaves the matter, including human beings. We are all expected to or invited to obey the order of the universe. Otherwise, we will never be successful in any matter. It is against human nature, so we have to obey the order. So it means the one who created us to obey his will. That is why the order is wisely designed, it works. Technology is taken from the order, it works. If somebody or no one can make any technological device which doesn't really conform or follow the order of the universe, and the technology will work impossible. So God's will works, not technology itself independently works. That is one point. Okay, let's say technology works. What does it mean? Your interpretation, arbitrary interpretation, is also working. Does it necessitate that your interpretation will work as well? How can you guarantee it? I do something and I interpret it in a wrong way. But I obey the order and do something right, and I say, I myself produced it without following the order. I can claim that. Did I myself produce it? No, I have taken it from the order of the universe. Whatever we do, if we are successful, it means because we all follow the order of the universe. So we have to understand that in immense amount of young people's minds are really enchanted with this magic that, look, our technology works. So you have to trust us. So you have to swallow our ropes. So you can understand how the Quran is directly related to these people's minds and our situation now. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. So when the prophetic message is declared, when La ilaha illallah is declared, even the magicians had produced, they had to accept that they were فَغُلِبُوا هُنَالِكَ وَانْقَلَبُوا صَاغِرِينَ. They declared that they were defeated there and then. For example, how are you going to explain the existence of human feelings? How are you going to explain the existence of the desire for permanent satisfaction? Everybody is after satisfaction, but the matter cannot choose anything, cannot provide anything, cannot promise anything to me. So I die away and finish. Your idea defeated there and then. So there, I am really very hopeful for the future. Inshallah, you are too. Let's see this. وَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سَاجِدِينَ 124, and the magicians fell down prostrate. Now, let us speak between us and let's be honest. The Muslim world doesn't show any promise at all to me. Let's be honest. But it doesn't mean that they say it, I don't know, it's a bad example or not, that the table will turn. I know it's something to do with gambling, they say, but the table will turn. You don't know. We don't know. After winter, a spring comes. This is the winter time of the لإلاف قريش إلافهم رحلة الشتاء. This is the رحلة الشتاء time of Muslim world. Why? The journey of the winter, difficulties, no hope, problems, confusions, turbulences. رحلة الشتاء. It's very interesting. This Quraysh's, but they say during winter they go to the south because it is cold. Maybe so in that time. Well, I don't bother now. It doesn't bother me. I go on the plane. It is, if it is hot, there is AC. I'm comfortable. If it is cold, there is heating. I'm comfortable. I'm not suffering from the south or east. Every time people get everything from everywhere, the commercial businesses are going on without the restrictions of any seasons. So as far as my time is concerned, that time it must be true. What happened during the life of the Prophet's time, the situation was this, but God's message about this event, which was physically real in that time, it has universal aspect of it. So it encompasses me, not right now. What am I supposed to do with this message? I understand that the Muslim world is going through their journey of winter, turbulences, troubles, problems, not success, seems to be. But God turns the winter in front of our eyes. Now, inshallah, we are going into spring slowly. So says, look, don't lose your hope. After winter, the spring will come, everything will flourish, blossom, beautiful, green flowers. And then summer, the fruit, the harvest, we will reap. Inshallah. That is Muslim word. How about non-Muslims, when they see that they cannot satisfy, they cannot really explain the existence of the word, the meaning in the existence of the word at all. And they say, we don't know. We don't know the reality of the things at all. We are saying nature, but no one can define nature, what it is really. So they will declare it. When? After winter. Spring will come. So when they were presented the message of Moses, the prophetic message, what they did, prophetic message explains human nature and presented an acceptable, confirmable interpretation of existence and the purpose of human life, and then they fell down, prostrating, sajidin. What does it mean? Those people who will declare their bankruptcy, we give up. Our explanations, every day we try to prove it as much as possible and discover something new. Every new discovery really undermines our claim, says that you cannot explain the things happening by themselves as a result of random happenings, randomness. You cannot explain the source of existence of the matter, anything, the qualities in the matter, the source of existence of the order in the creation, in the universe. We cannot. And then prostrate. As the Qur'an says, again, Ziba, you can find out, willingly or unwillingly, come and obey me. Yeah. The beautiful, they have to declare it. But when we don't know, we cannot make speculations about future, but the science definitely will prostrate. When? Inshallah, in my lifetime, why not tomorrow? But that is our hope. God knows what he is doing. The people are lost. The human race on the earth are lost. And God starts, frequencing his shaking. What are you doing? Do you think the life on earth is eternal? So you can really devote all your life to this world? What are you doing? Shaking here and there. Okay, but that is happening as a result of God's wisdom, God's mercy, God's compassion. What are you doing? For example, if a student doesn't go to school, doesn't study, and doesn't really concerned about his future, the parents get panicked. They panic. They say, oh, my son, what are you doing? What do you think? Am I going to look after you even after I die? Okay, let me give you a chance, opportunity to experience. I'm not going to give anything to you. Go out of my house. You see what you can do. You didn't prepare yourself for your future. Is it a curse or is it a lesson for the children? That is, we are the children of God, and God is saying, look, You trusted this word? Here it is. I don't mention the bad things that Allah is creating to teach us here and there. Here you are. You are doing all this with your own hands. And Allah is being so compassionate to warn us. But whether we take lesson from it or not depends on our willing to submit and prostrate or not. That is what we have to do, prostrate. Expect, inshallah, that human race will not be corrupted completely. Human nature cannot be corrupted completely. It is from God, and God is going to protect it. That's our hope. That's, inshallah, that's my hope, and I am sure you join me, inshallah. Okay, come to verse 121. قالوا آمنا برب العالمين. This structure of these verses are very interesting. First, they said, look, they declared, we now believe in the Lord of all worlds. Again, I hope we have time, but these are incredibly important universal messages for us. First, we have to believe in the Lord of all worlds. It means not the institutionalized religions or something, no. Or I don't know, these people who speak as something with the authority, religious authority, they call it clerical personnel, whatever they say, I don't care about it, but Lord of the universe is important. Who has given existence to the entirety of this universe, with no exception? Who has established the entirety of the order of the universe so that perfectly integrated into each other and working perfectly harmoniously, with no crack, nothing contradicting one another at all. Everything is smoothly going on. So whoever owns this universe, we believe in it. And then suddenly we see something strange. Why verse 122 says, the Lord of Moses and Aaron? Why? Isn't the Lord of the whole universe enough? So they come now specifically talk about Lord of Moses and Aaron. It is very significant. The Lord of the notion of Rabbul Alamin cannot be separated from the notion that the prophetic message brings to us. We cannot separate them. Lord of the worlds means, what do we mean by the Lord of the worlds? Lord of the message of the prophets present to us and explain who he is. You cannot imagine something completely irrelevant to your reality. You will hear it from the mouth of a man saying that Lord of the universe is introducing himself to you as it is explained in his message. So you cannot separate it from, if you like, from the prophet and the content of the message of the prophet, which is, let's put it in a more practical term, you cannot separate the messenger of God, Muhammad, from the message of the Qur'an. You cannot separate it. Lord of the universe means Lord of Moses. Lord of Moses means as a prophet Moses. It means the Moses brought us the message introducing the same Lord to me as the Lord of the universe and Lord of human beings as well, because human beings are included in the universe. So beautiful, amazing how the Quran apparently talks. If you are not careful, somebody may say, it's a contradiction. Why? The Lord of the universe is Lord of the world, means really Lord of the universe. The Lord of the universe has nothing to do with a person or something. So we talked about institutionalized religion nowadays, but the institutionalized religion is a human-made thing, but prophetic message is not human-made thing. It is God-made, if you like, God-sent message. So we cannot really isolate the message of the Lord of the universe from the notion of the Lord of the universe. Here we go. Now, Bismillah. Now, Nisa, chapter Nisa 4, 150. إن الذين يكفرون بالله ورسوله ويريدون أن يفرقوا بين الله ورسوله ويقولون نؤمن ببعض ونكفر ببعض ويريدون أن يتخذوا بين ذلك سبيلا. It is interesting. Surely those who deny God, it is important to deny God, those who deny God and his messengers and these people to make and wish they wish to make a distinction between God and his messengers. Who are they? Those people who deny God and his messengers. But isn't that apparently contradictory to say that if you deny God and if you deny messengers, why do you bother about wishing to make a distinction between God and his messengers? Seems to be, what are you talking about? I know. In fact, those people who claim that they believe in God, but messengers, they human being, lived in, I don't know, thousands of years ago, more than thousands of years ago, most of the messengers unknown historically when they lived. None of my business. I believe in God, the Lord of the universe. Isn't that enough? Why should I follow the prophetic message? Therefore, religion, deen, ad-deen. Why should I bother about it? And the Quran says these people, in fact, don't believe in God and his message. But those people who are aware of what reality is, they are conscious of what's going on in the universe, in this world, and they say we cannot separate the Lord of the universe from the Lord of the prophets, the same thing. One of them is the declaration by the universe through his action. The other one is declaration of the declaration made by the revelation through the prophetic messages. They talk about the same thing. Universe witnesses the truthfulness of the message. Message witnesses the truthfulness of the universe. Message confirms it. Universe is the most evident evidence to the truthfulness of the message the prophets bring to us. If someone makes the distinction between gods and messengers, saying that I love the prophet Muhammad, for example, nowadays, or Jesus, But God, I don't know this notion, but this person is a perfect, very human, very kind Jesus. Muhammad doesn't seem to be that much kind in their eyes. So, he's very severe with those people who attack them. So, but Jesus is my favorite. How about believing in God and submitting your will to his will? But I love very, very good human beings. I'm a humanitarian. In fact, the Qur'an says they don't really believe in God and his messengers. They love themselves and their ideals they see on the figure of the prophets. That is why they love Jesus. I mean, according to them, it is not a prophet, but for example, we have to be very careful. Love of the prophet cannot be separated from love of God, the creator. But in the Muslim world, we don't see this problem very much, but we see the problem, especially in the Muslim world, other way around. I believe in God. Sure, there must be a creator, but following the prophet, وَاتَّبِعُوا الرَّسُولِ. I mean, how can I follow a man who lived 1400 years ago? And he lived according to his lifestyle, which is totally irrelevant to my life. In the desert, Bedouin people, pagans, dealing with pagans, And his exemplary life, what do you mean his exemplary life? He lived there according to the conditions of his own time and space. And it may be a significant person that time. It doesn't mean anything for me. They don't say this clearly, but really they say, I don't like hadith narrations are not trustful, really, we cannot. So there are lots of excuses and separate God from his messengers. So when they get rid of the prophet, what comes? Only an ideology, intellectual concepts of believing God, and there must be a God. Yeah, correct. That is correct. But the Quran says these people deny God, which is very frightening for me, because it is the reality of many people nowadays, many Muslims. Many Muslims. For example, do you believe in God? Yes. Are you a Muslim? Yes. Okay, let's talk in terms of Muslim. I'm not blaming people, but that is the concept really prevalent in the minds and population of the Muslim people. So, why don't you, for example, follow Sharia rules? Let's put it in a very general terms, not specific. This age is completely different. Conditions are completely different, man. Yeah, I don't have time for prayer. But you say that you are a Muslim, you have to pray. But my working conditions, what does it mean? I'm not saying these people are deniers, none of my business, but it doesn't. He wants to follow the already existing living conditions, regardless whether it is legitimate or not, directly leave themselves to the flow of the population there and become a nobody in the community or in the civilization, among the people who follow the civilization. Become nobody. These people don't follow. I would say in general terms, religion, they have to watch out, and we have to watch out ourselves as well. We have to follow the prophetic message in our practical life by following the prophetic example exemplary life, adapting it to our living conditions. So they say we believe in some and disbelieve in others. Why? Because when they separate it from God and his messengers, so they can play around with the message, especially practical side of the message, what needs to be done, what needs to be followed as the rule. We have to be, so believing some, believing not the disbelieving in another part, desiring to pursue a path in between means, if I can fit myself in this part, that is for me. Yeah, I follow Sharia in this way. But if I don't really fit in that part, I say, oh, this is not the time, man. It is time changed a lot. Living conditions changed. Life is hard now. Lots of excuses. A path in between according to my desires. But this desire is what? According to my own criterion. You know, I don't want to disclose my religious identity. So I said, oh, you know, we shouldn't be just somebody as a different being in the society. We have to go, we have to be, you know, following the flow of the civilization. This kind of excuses, we have to understand that cannot be approvable. These beautiful verses, mashallah, directly related to us nowadays. Inshallah, we will continue reading these kind of verses as not historical events at all. It may be, but we won't read it in this way. We will read it as directly related to my life right now and applicable to me and guiding, providing guidance for me. Inshallah, let's stop here. It is already 11 minutes late. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. آمين يا أرحم الراحمين.
Thank you, Doctor.
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله